Good morning, viewers. My name is Igwe Godwin. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install Tomcat in your system. In our previous videos, I showed you how to launch an instance, just what I may call an empty instance, without installing anything on it. But today we're going to go ahead and install Tomcat on an instance. First of all, we're going to go ahead and launch the instance and then install Tomcat on it. After this video, you can go ahead and ask us your questions, make your comments, anything you want to ask us, go ahead and ask us. We're going to do as much as possible to get back to you and give you the best response to your questions. Without much ado, let's just jump into what we have for today: installation of Tomcat in our computer. So first of all, let's go into our computer and go and launch the instance in the AWS account. But we have to first of all sign up or either log in. So I'm already signed up, so I can go ahead and log in into my AWS account. I can just log in back. So it's logging in real quick. So I can just go ahead. Once it's been up, I can click EC2 because it's an EC2. So click EC2. Then I have at the moment 6 instances. Only one is up and running. So I can just click on it, the instance, to get this page where I can see launch instance. So I can go ahead and click launch instance. It's going to bring me out to a particular page where it has launch an instance. So you have many steps to follow. So just go ahead and click on the name. Because it's a Tomcat instance, I can just say Tomcat. You can write Tomcat instance, whatever, my Tomcat, Tomcat 8, whatever pleases you to write, go ahead and write it. So next one is to select either the type of machine you want to install, either Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE, Fedora, the rest of them. We have as many as them. But for this class, I'm going to stick to Ubuntu. So I'm going to go and select the AMI, the type of machine I want to install. Click the drop down button and go ahead and pick Ubuntu 1804. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go down to instance type. We have different types. So I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe T2 medium. You can pick whatever thing you like, but the bigger it is, the more charges you accrue to yourself because Amazon is gonna be charging you. So I'm gonna create a key. Even though I have a lot of keys in my computer, any key I use here is gonna work. Any of the keys I use here is gonna work perfectly. But for this class, I want to go ahead and create a new key pair. So I just create new key pair. The key has to get a name. So just say Tomcat key because we want it to be the Tomcat key. So go ahead. It's on RSA. It's on PEM. So go ahead and say click create key. So you can see it's already downloading because I already had a Tomcat key in my computer before. That's when it says Tomcat key 1. So, but for you, it's gonna just be Tomcat key. So let's go ahead on it and go down, pick. We want to configure the storage. You can say 30. So you can say 50, 20, 100, whatever thing you want to go ahead and, but the larger it is, the more charges you accrue for yourself. Number of instances, if you want to run 20 Tomcat instances, is for you. But at this moment, we just have to say one instance because we want to launch only one instance. The more instances you launch, the more charges you accrue for yourself because it's not free. So go ahead and click launch instance. Remember, we have a Tomcat key 1 because I already had Tomcat key before, but you are going to make use of this Tomcat, this newly downloaded Tomcat key. So let's click on view all instances. we view all instances. I had my tomcat instance before, I terminated it. So for this class, I'm creating another one. That's why you see it's up and running because we just created it few seconds ago. Now, for us to connect the instance we have launched is virtually not useful unless we connect it to either MobaXterm, PuTTY, or whatever thing you want to use to connect. So I'm going to click on the tomcat instance, go down and see where I have my um, public IP. So I can go ahead and click, copy the public IP. Straight, I go to my MobaXterm. So I go and click session because I want to connect afresh. SSH. Then in the remote host, I'm going to paste the public IP for the Tomcat instance. Then I say specify username. The username for Ubuntu is always Ubuntu. Make sure it's small letter. Don't type capital Ubuntu. It's not gonna work. Then I say advanced SSH settings. Remember, we downloaded a key, so you say use private key, and you click the blue icon. The Tomcat key 1. That's the latest one we downloaded. So we're gonna go ahead and click it and say open. So at this point, it's gonna open for us. You can see the workspace is up for us to do. And at the moment, it looks a little bit, what I could say, dirty, if you may pardon me for that. So for us to make it neat, like you want a free workspace, you can type clear. Clear is a Linux command that acts like an eraser. If you just want to make your workspace pretty clean for you to be working, you can just go ahead and type clear and say enter. You see our workspace looks pretty clean, like a new platform where you can go ahead and do whatever thing you want to do. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and install Tomcat, but it's always advisable to just update your instance anytime you launch a new instance. Just go ahead and update it. So, but we're gonna go ahead now and launch and start the Tomcat installation, and see what we're going to get. The material I'm going to be using to install Tomcat is gotten from my trainer. All the material I'm using is his, so I don't have right over the material, but I have access to it, so I can use it. So let's go ahead and make use of the material. It's, after all, it's online, so it's gotten from DevOpsStream.com. So it says Tomcat installation. So because Linux is command based, everything we're doing is command based. So we're going to be making use of Linux command. So the first command is to update our system, just like I told you. Once you have a new instance, just go ahead and try to update it. So once I've copied it, you don't need to do any other thing than just to right click, and it comes up. You say enter. It begins to update the system. Then take the next command. The next command now, since it has been updated, we are going to go with the next command. A little explanation about the command is sudo because we are not root. You can see the username here is Ubuntu, so it's only root that can do directly. But because we are not root, we want to make it a little bit root. I'll say super user do. That is X is super, U is user do. So we want to convert ourselves to super user so that we can, just like root, so we can do anything. Then apt-get is always an Ubuntu command. If you are using Amazon Linux 2, Red Hat, it's yum. But this is Ubuntu, so that's why we have apt-get install, normal install Tomcat -y. The -y is because if we go ahead and do it without -y, at a point, it is going to prompt us to say, do you want to continue? That will say yes. But because we just want to install it right away, we don't need it to give us any prompt, yes or no. So we'll go ahead and put the option -y. So enter, it begins to install. Then the next thing, once that is done, is to install the tomcat document, example tomcat 8. So it's already creating rules. So it's installing, doing everything it's supposed to do on its own, just like command based. So at this point it's done. We can now create, install tomcat document, example document. So an admin. Remember, we're always using -y, so it doesn't give us the prompt to say, do you want to continue or not? So we always want to continue. So that's why we say -y. So we'll copy this command because we want to copy to the tomcat web. So at this point, we'll just say enter. Then the next one, we're gonna open the port of the XML server.xml file. So at this stage, we want to show the port that Tomcat will be seen. So we are going to make use of VI editor so that we can be able to go into the .xml file, which is a server.xml. So this is it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going straight to where it says connector port. Connector port is where how you can connect to the outside world, how people can connect to you, to this Tomcat. So I'm gonna edit it to, you see here it's 8080. I'm gonna edit it to 8090. But before I edit it, I'm gonna go into, you can see there is no insert on the screen at the moment, so it's not in interactive mode. Ubuntu is Linux based, so there is a Linux command I that gives you interactive mode. So if I press I, you see it comes into an interactive mode that I can say start editing. So I can now delete the 8 and put 9. So it is now 80, 90. So I can at this point save because I've edited, I've got what I want at this point. So I can just go ahead and save it. To save it, just to say escape. Once you press escape, it no longer becomes, it's no longer in the interactive mode. It goes back to uninteractive mode. So once it's uninteractive, you can now, just like Control S works in Microsoft Word, you can use Shift ZZ. Shift ZZ, it saves. Make sure your caps lock is not on when you want to say Shift ZZ. If the caps lock is on, it's not going to work because Linux is a lowercase base platform. So the next thing is, the next thing to do is just to edit the Tomcat user, because before you're able to use Tomcat, you have to have a user. So say VI the Tomcat user, we are trying to edit the Tomcat user.xml. So you can say enter. So I'm going straight to the last part of the document. I'm going to copy this, go straight to the last part of the document and paste it. But here I'm gonna use O instead of I. If you see, I'm gonna show you one thing. If I press I, it becomes interactive, but it doesn't go to the next line. I say escape, it no longer is no longer interactive. But if I say O, it's interactive and it takes me to the next line. So O is a Linux command used in addition if you want to go to the next line in an interactive mode. So I paste it and save. Escape, Shift ZZ, it saves. Then I continue. I say I add more memory to JVM. So I'm gonna copy this command and say, come back to I say enter. It opens the file for me. It opens the Tomcat 8 file for me. So I'm gonna copy this command and go to where I see Java OPTS. Now, once I get to where it says Java OPT, as you see here, so I'm gonna comment this line because I want to change that command to another command. So commenting means, hey, I don't want the computer to understand this. I just want only human beings to be able to read it and understand it. It's not a command that the computer understands. So for me to do that, I'm going to make it interactive. Press I, then I say insert. Then I can come down and paste the new command I want. Once I'm done with this, I can just say escape. It's no longer interactive. Shift ZZ, it saves. Then I come back to the next command. Because I've edited everything I want to edit, I have to restart Tomcat. Because Tomcat, just like normal computer, if you install anything in your computer, there's any need for you to just restart it so that it comes up very quick and very nice and start doing what you want it to do for you. So we are going to make use of system CTL command. System CTL command is a command used to restart, reboot, terminate, stop, and check the status of your whatever application you're running in your system. So at this point, we just go ahead and restart Tomcat, say enter. It's restarting. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do system CTL status to know the status of our Tomcat. It's a system CTL status. You say enter. It say it's up and running. You at this point you can see it active, running, success. Everything is active. So at this point your Tomcat is up and running. But remember, you can't access it if you don't go to the web. But initially at a particular stage, we edited the .sml server.sml file. We exposed it to port 8090. So this stage, you can just press Q to come out of the interactive mode. So then go to your instance at this point. Go back to your instance, this Tomcat instance. Then you're gonna open the port 8090 because you exposed it to port 8090 in the document.sml server.sml file. So come to security group, click it. You're gonna see inbound rule. So click inbound rule. Then you come down, you're gonna see edit inbound rule. You click edit inbound rule. You can add any rule you like. You say 8090. Then make sure it's exposed to anywhere so that anybody anywhere in the world can see it and say save. Once it's saved, you can go back to your instance, and connect your instance. This is our Tomcat instance. So I can just pick the public IP. This is the public IP here. So pick the public IP and go to my browser, paste it on my browser. Then remember we opened the port 8090. So say column 8090. You are exposing it to the world to see because you have already edited it in a server.sml file. You say enter. You see it works. It works. If you are seeing this page via a web browser, it means you have set up Tomcat successfully. Congratulations. So you can now comfortably make use of Tomcat at any point in time because you have comfortably installed Tomcat. So I just hope this video is able to help you. Give us a thumbs up and go ahead and ask us any question, call our attention to any video you want us to make. You want us to say, hey, how to do this, IT based, we're gonna go ahead and do it for you. Ask us your questions and we'll do best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you and God bless you. You can go ahead and share it to your friends who are interested in ICT, IT. So go ahead and share it. Thank you. God bless you.